All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to my channel. Now, if you've been watching my videos or you are already subscribed to this channel, I want to welcome you back once again. It is good to have you. But if you are seeing my video for the very first time, watch out. By the time you watch this video for like a minute or two, you are going to make up your mind to subscribe to this channel, because this channel is going to blow up very soon, and it will be good to say I was part of the story from the very beginning. Now, today, I want to I want to compare old Nigerian movies to the new or recent Nigerian movies. Which ones are better? Now, I am making this particular video for two reasons. Number one reason is because one of the ideas that we are going to touch on this channel is nostalgia. Of course, the channel is about, love, family, relationships, and trending issues. But we know that people in their 20s and early 30s are the ones, mostly interested in trending issues. People of in their late 30s and above would love to do with a little bit of nostalgia. If you can take them back to some of the things that happened, during their childhood, they would really appreciate it, because I fall in that category and I know how great it feels. So from next week on this channel, we are going to be touching on old movies. We are going to be discussing them. I won't really call it a review, but we are going to be going over the movies again, the story, and how beautiful it is. See how we can take ourselves back to those beautiful days when we were growing up. So that is one of the reasons why I am doing this video. Which movies are actually better? Is it the old movies or the new movies? The second reason is because of a debate that began on social media yesterday over the same question. Which movies are better? Is it the old movies or the new Nigerian movies? Now, here is my take on this issue. If we are speaking in terms of cinematography, because some people just went ahead to say old movies are better, some say the new movies are better, but I think the question should be broken down before you answer. If we are talking in terms of cinematography, and obviously, because technology has improved over the years, the new movies clearly look better on the screen. Especially when you look at the cinema movies like Lionheart by Genevieve, King of Boys, Shantytown, Anikulapo, Jagun Jagun, and all those great cinema movies, Ginger, A Tribe Called Judah, and all that. Great movies. But if we are talking, so cinematography wise, the new movies are better. But if we are talking in terms of just pure storyline, I would have to go for the old movies. The likes of Ijele by Sam Dede, the likes of Eva by Francis Duru. Eva, that movie was packed. Francis Duru, Larry Sweat, Patience Ozokwo, Omotola Jolade, Ijele, Genevieve, Patience Ozokwo, Olu Jacobs. You look at Living in Bondage. You look at My Love, Genevieve and Ramsey Noah. Movies like Arrested by Love, G-Mike and Ebube Waigo. Movies like Igodo, like Isakaba, The Senator by Hank Sanuku. Those were the days. Storylines distinct. The storyline of one movie is completely different from another one. The Price by Richard Mofedamijo and Yukiri Anunobi. Keeping Faith, Bimbo Akintola. Those were the days, man. Those movies were really great. Or should we begin talking about those movies by Ukwa Okada Man? Stupid. The movies by Mr. Ibu, Chelsea Noje. Sam Lokoefe of Blessed Memories. Late Ibu too. Ibu of Blessed Memory. Those days were wonderful. The stories were fantastic. Omugo, police officer. You hardly find such stories these days. It is very difficult for you to watch a Nigerian movie now, whether cinema movie or the ones you find on YouTube, where a comedy movie where you will get those real jokes. You see that this guy acting is a genius. Very difficult to find these days. So there is an aspect where the new movie tops the old movies. But if you are talking about the story, the raw storyline, the acting, I mean the talent of the actors, we may disagree on that. You may say that the likes of Timini Igbosen, John, Frederick Leonard, Maurice, Sam, I don't know how you place them side by side with the likes of Ramsey Noah, Jim Ike, Richard Moffett Damijo, you know, Emeka Ike, or should we talk of the likes of Olu Jacobs, Pete Doche? I will still go for the old ones, talking in terms of acting. But when you look at Yoruba movies, that is where I really see that the old movies and the new movies are equally matched. The storylines of the Yoruba movies are fantastic. The old movies like Ori, like Ogo Oshupa, great movies then, Irueshin and all that. But when you look at these new movies, including the ones that are not even, let's not even talk about the likes of Jagun Jagu and Anikulakpo now, the normal movies that you find, normal Yoruba home video movies are fantastic too. But the English speaking part of Nollywood, and they act great. Yes, they act great, and they put a lot of creativity into the stories. No offense, but the stories are kind of repetitive. You find stories like the gate man who fell in love with the boss. She never knew the handsome guy was the owner of the company. You find repetitive storylines like that. But for the Yoruba speaking aspect of Nollywood, there is a lot of distinctiveness in their story. So by and large, if I am asked to make a pick, I would pick the old Nollywood over the new Nollywood. It could be nostalgia. Yes, the answer could be different for you. Maybe I'm just stuck to how I felt when I watched those movies, but this is my opinion, and I would like to know what you feel in the comment section. What movies or which movies do you think are superior, and in what aspect? I have said that in terms of cinematography, the screenplay, continuity, I give that to the recent movies. But when it comes to just raw story, how good is the story? I'll give it to the old movies. And when I look at the acting of the actors, the performance of the actors, I would also give it to the old movies. So this is my opinion on this matter. Let me know what you feel in the comment section. Which one is your pick? Is it old movies or recent movies? But bear it in mind that from next week on this channel, and I'm talking on the first day of November 2025. So depending on when you are watching, we may have started doing that beautiful review and discussion of old Nigerian movies. We are trying to bring back nostalgia. We are trying to take us back to those beautiful days of our childhood. And I want you to follow us as we enjoy this beauty. If you've watched this video up to this point, I believe that I do not need to prompt you to subscribe. You are going to subscribe. So make a note talk. I go still talk. Subscribe now. Make we for no quarrel. Una bye.